not written down, and I think I am going to go on and on. So basically, I think probably 99% of Big Brother Best Man speeches, one way or another, go, we were growing up, we fought, we argued, we got older, we got closer. I love my brother, I love his wife. So actually, well, I'll just leave it at that, right? But the more I thought about it, it is really like that. So the main thing that I was thinking, and those of you that know Elliot know, the more I'm thinking about the arguments and the fights that we got into, I'm not at all to blame. My main point of contention with him was basically just trying to get him off the couch. Elliot's, he's not lazy. He's not lazy, but if he has his choice, he would like to be on the couch. So, right. So I would push him. I'm in sales today. My first sale, and my mom called it hucking when I was a child, was basically getting him off the couch. And I would push and push and push. That led to, wrestling matches, throwing him over my shoulder into the brick fireplace. He left that one with a brick mark on his forehead. I remember pushing him one time to where he finally did get up off the couch, had that psychotic look in his face. And one thing I always was definitely faster. So I got to the point where I was at the ping pong table, and I knew that we could go on all night, and there was no way he was going to catch me running in circles. He did have a better arm than me, so he stopped, picked up a building block, and chucked that thing across the ping pong table, and immediately I drew blood, and he got in trouble. Rightfully so. Trying to think of other good ones. But just so many like that. As we got older, though, I would say the main thing is when we made the move from Pittsburgh to Ohio, that's probably really when we started to get a lot closer. At first, we didn't have a choice because we didn't know anybody. At the same time, he definitely started to get a lot bigger than me. So fighting kind of calmed down. Through high school, though, I'll say I definitely got to the point where I went out of my way and I wanted my brother to be with me. If there was something, something cool going on between him and his friends, we always just wanted to, I wanted him to be there with me. It probably got even more, like when I went down to Cincinnati for college, we got closer. I feel like our relationship changed a little bit. Kept in touch by phone, obviously, at that time. He visited. But eventually he did make his way down to Cincinnati. And at that time, if there was, 2 or 3 of my best friends, not only was he my brother, but he was part of, my best friend. Not too long after, though, moving down here, Elliot went back to Ohio. It was pretty clear that one way or another, he needed to make a change. I continued to just kind of push him to get down here, so as opposed to the couch, we were trying to move him places. Eventually, that sale closed, so he moved down. He moved in with Rhonda and I, and times were good, real estate was good, we had good jobs, just great times, basically. But there was still always just something missing there with Elliot. Elliot can be a little grumpy at times. He has his, his spurts there. About 3 years ago, though, my wife went out of town with Jackson. I was ready to blow off some steam. We actually went to Conley's that a lot of people were at last night and sat outside. And I just remember him being, he just had, a little bit of a spark to him. He was constantly on his phone. Taking pictures of himself, sending. Yeah, that didn't happen. But he was on the phone, and he was definitely excited. He was telling me about Liz, that he had met at a friend's wedding. We left there. We went over, and for the first time I met Liz. And again, as soon as I walked in there, immediately just that spark, that connection. At the same time, I was half drunk, more than half, all the way in, probably all the way in. All the way in. So we basically got 3 stools at the bar. It was me, Elliot, Liz. They were lovey-dovey, would not take their eyes off each other. I was half-tanked, full-tanked. Had a gentleman sitting next to me. I mean, who goes to the bar and doesn't, just wants to sit by himself? But that was this guy. I talked to him, I talked at him for probably 2 hours. The Yankees were on, it was the World Series. I was talking about baseball, my hatred for the Yankees. The guy would not respond to me, would not respond. And I just talked at him for 2 hours because these two were sitting here lovey-dovey next to me. Since that time, though, the main thing, again, is just that spark. It's like you don't really know that what you're looking for, that that's what you're looking for until you find it. And I knew immediately that Elliot found it. And he found it in Liz. I didn't plan on getting true. I don't know what's going on this part. I couldn't love you guys more. Liz, you make Elliot happy, so happy. It's clear. Again, his attitude, just, there's a change in him since you guys met. Liz is such a strong person. She's great personality, so many friends. You can't help but meet her and just immediately love her. And really, so quickly, so comfortable with the way that she fit in with our family. Family's important. So close with my family, and again, immediately, just from day one, Liz just fits right in. And again, I couldn't be happier for you guys. That spark is kind of, that word just kept coming to mind. I mean, it's just something you can't really explain, but obviously you got it. And I'm so happy for you guys. I love you.
Here, here!